Chandrayaan-3 is a planned third lunar exploration mission by the Indian Space Research Organisation (ISRO) that will consist of a lander and a rover similar to Chandrayaan-2, but would not have an orbiter. Its propulsion module will behave like a communication relay satellite. The propulsion module will carry the lander and rover configuration until the spacecraft is in a 100 km lunar orbit. Mission type: lunar lander, rover, propulsion module. Operator: Indian Space Research Organisation (ISRO). Manufacturer: Indian Space Research Organisation (ISRO). Launch mass: 3,900 kilograms. Power: propulsion module 758 W, lander module 738 W, WS with bias rover 50 W. Launch date: July 14, 202314:35 IST. Launch site: Satish Dhawan Space Center. Following Chandrayaan-2, where a last-minute software glitch in the soft landing guidance software led to the failure of the lander's soft landing attempt after a successful orbital insertion, another lunar mission was proposed. The launch of Chandrayaan-3 has been scheduled for July 14, 2023, at 2:35 p.m. IST. In the second phase of the Chandrayaan program to demonstrate soft landing on the Moon, ISRO launched Chandrayaan-2 on board a Launch Vehicle Mark III, LVM-3, launch vehicle consisting of an orbiter, a lander and a rover. The lander was scheduled to touch down on the lunar surface in September 2019 to deploy the Pragyan rover. Earlier reports had emerged about a collaboration with Japan on a mission to the lunar South Pole, where India would be providing the lander while Japan would provide both launcher and rover. The mission may include site sampling and lunar night survival technologies. The subsequent failure of the Vikram lander led to the pursuit of another mission to demonstrate the landing capabilities needed for the Lunar Polar Exploration mission, proposed in partnership with Japan for 2025. During mission-critical flight operations, the European Space Tracking (ESTRAC), operated by European Space Agency (ESA), will support the mission according to a contract. ISRO has set three main objectives for the Chandrayaan-3 mission, which includes getting the lander safe and soft landing on the surface of the Moon, observing and demonstrating the rover's loitering capabilities on the Moon, InSight scientific observation, making scientific experiments on the chemical and natural elements, soil, water, etc. available on the surface of the Moon to better understand and practice the composition of the Moon. Interplanetary refers to the development and demonstration of new technologies required for missions between two planets. Chandrayaan-3 comprises three main components. Propulsion module. The propulsion module will carry the lander and rover configuration till 100 km lunar orbit. It is a box-like structure with one large solar panel mounted on one side and a large cylinder on top, the intermodular adapter cone, that acts as a mounting structure for the lander. In addition to the lander, the module carries a payload called spectropolarimetry of habitable planet Earth, SHAPE, to study the spectral and polarimetric measurements of Earth from the lunar orbit. Lander. The lander is responsible for the soft landing on the Moon. It is also box-shaped, with 4 landing legs and 4 landing thrusters of 800 newtons each. It will carry the rover and various scientific instruments to perform InSight analysis. The lander for Chandrayaan-3 will have only 4 throttleable engines, unlike Vikram on Chandrayaan-2, which had 5 800 newtons engines, with a fifth one being centrally mounted with a fixed thrust. Additionally, the Chandrayaan-3 lander will be equipped with a laser Doppler velocimeter, LDV. The impact legs are made stronger compared to Chandrayaan-2 and increased instrumentation redundancy. ISRO is working on improving the structural rigidity and adding multiple contingency systems. Rover. The rover is a mobile laboratory that will traverse the lunar surface, collect samples, and analyze the geological and chemical composition of the Moon. It is a rectangular chassis mounted on a 6-wheel rocker bogie wheel drive assembly. Funding. In December 2019, It was reported that ISRO requested the initial funding of the project, amounting to 75 Indian rupees crore, $9.4 million, out of which 60 Indian rupees crore, $7.5 million, will be for meeting expenditure towards machinery, equipment and other capital expenditure, while the remaining 15 Indian rupees crore, $1.9 million, is sought under revenue expenditure head. Confirming the existence of the project, ISRO's former chairman K. Sivan stated that the cost would be around 615 Indian rupees crore, equivalent to 721 Indian rupees crore or $90 million in 2023. Let's appreciate ISRO and India for Chandrayaan-3. That's it for today's video. Thank you for watching this video. Kindly like and subscribe.